Hello learners, in this session we will discuss about the different categories of the vocab that we should use in the Irish speaking. So I mentioned here a few lists. If you are adding more information in your speech, sometimes it can be a possibility for you that you have to add some information there. So which vocab will be suitable for you, that I'm telling you. You can use as well as, this is a very common word. You can say moreover, this is very good word. More, you can say moreover, I would like to talk about, that particular blah blah things. You can say furthermore, like furthermore, we went to a different part of the world and we saw a plethora of things there. You can say another point is that. This is also a very good line to start up with for adding the information. Second is comparing and contrasting. Sometimes you have to go opposite view. That means contrasting part. So which vocabulary you should use for these things? You can use but. That means opposite side. You can say however. You can say whereas. You can say in contrast to this. In contrast to this, we had a beautiful time, or you can say we had a mesmerizing time there. You can say although. So any of the word that you can use for contrasting statement. Now sequencing events. Sometimes how to sequence those things, you can use these words. You can say first of all I like to talk about like this. You can say to begin with, you can say before, afterwards, while, you can say during, immediately, as soon as, at last, eventually. So these words for sequencing any event. So for sequencing your talk, you can use these words, guys. There are some vocabularies we have to use for giving the opinion. So if you are giving your personal opinion, you can simply use these words. You can say in my view, you can say I think, you can say apparently, you can use personally speaking. Like for example, they've asked you one question, tell me something about any holiday which is most appealing to you. So you can simply say that personally speaking, I have been to many places before, but the Kashmir is one of the best places which I like very much, blah blah things. You can speak up about it. Then if you are emphasizing on a particular statement, for emphasis you can use these lines, especially, particularly, really, or actually. You can say especially, I like to talk about blah blah things. Expressing effect, there can be a possibility when you have to express effect there, so you can use these lines. So, henceforth, therefore, or thus. You can say therefore, the trip was so mesmerizing for me, I cannot resist myself about it. Then giving example, there are some places where you have to show the example. For example, you can use these lines. For example, for instance, or in particular, any of the line you can use. For similarity, for showing the similarity there, you can simply use similarly, also, similar to, just like. You can use any of the word. For cause and result, if you want to show the cause and result, you can say because, as a result of that, for this reason. So you can use any of the line. Summing up, when you are finishing the talk in speaking part 2, especially guys, in the cue card, you can simply use to sum up in briefly speaking. These words are important. Some more lines you can use in the Irish speaking test, like we can have another reason why I like this, dash. You can also say moreover, it. This is also very good way to develop your idea in the speaking part. Or you can say one of the main advantages of, for example, the question is being asked to you about the gadgets. You can say one of the main advantages of using the mobile phone is blah blah things. Then you can say this appeals to me because. This appeals to me, this is a very good line to say something about. This appeals to me because of its unique feature. Then you can say I'm very fond of this. Another unusual fact about dash. You can also say, I see things rather differently myself. This is also a good line to use in the Irish speaking. To put it another way, if you want to repeat the statement in different way, or you want to say something in different way, you can say to put it another way. That's a very good line. You can say, let me get this right. This is the statement. You can say, well, as a matter of fact, you can also start the statement like this. So these are the lines which can be helpful for you in the speaking test. Now we can also use some phrasal verbs in the speaking part which can make your speech more lucrative. For that I have mentioned a couple of the phrasal verbs. The first one is the bring up. You can simply say bring up, that means raise. Tell out is basically a phrasal verb, that means argued. Face up to, accept an unpleasant state of affairs. Catch up with, this is a phrasal verb, that means get to same level that you have started with. Drop out of, it means leave. Figure out, that means find it hard to understand. Find out, discover. I'm trying to find out that thing, discover. Look into the matter, that means research. Fall behind, become late. Cut out is a phrasal verb, that means stop eating. Put forward means suggest. So these are the phrasal verbs you can use, but make sure guys do not use too many phrasal verbs, else examiner can figure out that you have mugged up or crammed from somewhere else, so you're not speaking naturally. So make your speaking part as natural as you can, and try to avoid too many phrasal verbs and idiom and phrases as well. Take care of that, so use as per the topic.